Good day, everybody. How's it going? Hope you're having a good day because today is special. So, as you know, we have our Terraria 1.3 Expert Mode Survival series. However, I can't keep it going. It's just that, unfortunately, I just don't have enough time or energy to fulfill it. However, I knew I couldn't finish the series on a bad note, or an empty note, should I say. So, I decided, for a change of pace, and to finally stop beating this dead horse, I decided that I would take the screenshots and share the thoughts of my biggest fails, successes, and overall things that happened throughout that playthrough to finally get rid of it all. Because seriously, it's been going on for way too long, and I just wish to end it. And my iPad so too. So I have a lot of screenshots, so we'll go through them all. Let me just... Alright, so let the slideshow begin. So where we previously took off is, well, we did some spelunking in the jungle and the steppe, and I did some more jungle spelunking. After that, it was off to battle the Eater of Worlds. And well, as you can see, this is a screenshot of me building an arena. And that's the actual battle, and I came out victorious. Then I proceeded to farm some more. After doing some farming and upgrading my gear, as you can see, I got the Lightsbane, Demon Bow, Nightmare Pickaxe, Malaise, etc. It was off to the ocean, and I found the ocean. Then I went off to the ice biome to desperately look for ice skates, but to no avail. And I also decided to visit the dungeon for the first time and the other side of the ocean. Then, in the next episode, it was off to find the bound goblin, because, funnily enough, I actually missed him in one episode, if you've been looking. And I realized it only when I was editing. Then, once I did so, it was time to do some more building, some more spelunking, and then I started upgrading my arena, making it bigger, larger, and overall more useful. Then it was off to battle the Queen Bee, broke into the hive, built an arena, battled it. By the way, this is a really good frame, where I'm literally pointing a gun at the bee's face. Then, after I came out victorious, I proceeded to crop the GPS, which would later be part of an informative. Then, I decided to build up some planter boxes for more building, and then I went off spelunking into the ice biome, desperately looking for ice skates, but I failed in the end. And I also mined some obsidian. Then I started to fish, first in the caves, then in the corruption, and then in the underground jungle, to make some potions. Then, after that, I proceeded to do some more building, and then it was off to start building the arena for Skeletron, which was, the Skeletron experience was not pleasant. That's my first battle, and I died. Then I decided to distract myself by building a elevator, and got the hell I did. Challenged him a second time, failed. Bombed a tree, challenged him a third time, failed again. Bombed a meteorite and crafted some space items, like the meteor hammocks and the space gun. Challenged him again, failed. Understood that after 4 fails, it wasn't working, so I built up the arena and did some sand mining just because. 5th attempt, failure again. Started building the armor collection. 6th attempt, failure again. 7th attempt, again failed. And after that, I just gave up. And I knew that this was just not working. And what I was forced then to do is to go and mine some hellstone. I originally wanted to do hellstone after I defeated Skeletron, but ultimately he forced me to do it. And after upgrading myself to hellstone armor, or as it's known as molten armor, getting some weapons, as you can see, I got the fiery greatsword and the molten fury, filling in some space, it was off to battle him again. And golly, it was brilliant. The molten fury and hellfire arrows combo absolutely decimates him. Then it was off to infiltrate dungeon for the first time, and do stuff like rescue the mechanic, and get some loot like the Mirror Master, Aqua Scepter, Water Ball, etc. and then also to craft the Knight's Edge. I tried to get Legendary, but Godly was the best I could do. Then after that, I built up some more, collected my assets from the dungeon arena, and went back in. Then, afterwards, I proceeded to craft the Phoenix Blast, as you can see. Proceed to fully explore the dungeon, and then once I got the Shadow Key, open some Shadow Chests. Quick spelunking session later, and a bit of building, and a little bit of spelunking in the ice biome, I also decided to build up some more stuff in the arena, like making a trap box, originally made by YouTube user Happy Days. I suggest you go check it out. But yeah, building up a trap that will come into play later, building some assets, and this box that will come into play in a few other scenes. Some more fishing as preps, and I also fished in the surface jungle for ammo reservation potions. Then building the runway. Fast challenge against the wall flesh ended in failure. Decided to build basically a longer running place. Then came probably the weirdest part of the run, where suddenly the game crashed and erased all my achievements. There was second battle. I died. Third battle. Fourth. Fifth. Sixth. I also decided to expand my armor collection some more. And then finally, after the seventh battle, it was ultimately the victorious one. And boy did it feel good. So when I started hard mode, I immediately purchased a shotgun for some good weapons and broke some altars. Then my next destination was to mine some palladium and some more calcums in order to get some pickaxes. I also got ambushed by a Skeletron Prime and ended up getting eaten. Then what I decided on doing was I also spread the Hallow, because I generally like the Hallow biome because one, it's a nice looking biome, and secondly, your base won't get corrupted later on. And after that came the treacherous task of mining tons of adamantite ore. Some more building, crafting some adamantite gear. I also upgraded stuff like the Amarok and the Meteor Staff. And this has also got the Poison Staff for the spiders in the spider nest, because I need the fangs in order to make a new summon weapon. Some ice biome farming, which, while it didn't get anything major, I did get a Frostbrand, which, while not a major upgrade, was ultimately awesome. My first hard mode Blunt Moon, some more farming. Oh no, wait, this is a second one. I also got the Blessed Apple mount, which allowed me to, well, be a good rider. And I crafted the Adamantite armor set. Then I went off to challenge the Wyverns in order to get some wings. And craft some wings as I did. I got the fairy wings, which led me to fly. Then, a few souls of night farming later, I challenged some corrupt mimics, not really getting much out of them. More building. Then I got ambushed by pirates. And unfortunately, since it's an invasion, a percentage-based one, it spawns directly on where you spawn. So I had to fight them off at base. And I had to challenge the Flying Dutchman, but ultimately defeated them. More farming, more mimics. I got Daedalus Stormbow out of one of the Hallowed mimics, which was cool. However, then came probably the dumbest fail in the whole series, where I challenged the Destroyer, which this was what the box was originally for, but then a Wyvern spawned and brought me down to so weak HP that I died. Then I was off to farming some more, since I needed to soul the knife for the summoning item. Then I made some Cursed Flames, which was a book made for afflicting, and then challenged the Destroyer again. And I got the kill. And mind you, what happened is, I defeated him just as dawn came. So just as he was about to despawn. So then I decided to flatten out some more of an area, because I decided to expand my potion area, I should say. Though it was already fairly big, so I don't know why I did that. More mimics. I decided to build a hallowed fishing spot for the simple reason that I needed Prismite for hallowed potions. Ultimately, it didn't work, so I got this one instead. Then, I decided to farm up some shock fins and then craft the Mega Shock, which actually managed to come out as an unreal one, which was pretty awesome. Then I challenged the twins, arguably the hardest of the mech bosses. I died. Farmed some Souls of Light, challenged again, died again. Build some more. Then I decided to asphalt the entire area because, well, I needed more mobility, and this was the way I was gonna do it. Then I bombed the hillside, challenged again, died again. I decided to put bubbles in honey, which ultimately would let me run through them instead of under them. But then, if you didn't know, one of the aftermaths of defeating a mech boss is that solar eclipses can now start spawning. And, well, I decided to farm that. The first tier isn't that special, but I got a lot of money anyway. Then challenged the twins again, and this was the defeated. Each of them. And, see, as I had enough to craft the hallowed armor, I did not sway off the chance to make a cool new sword and cool new armor. Another eclipse came. I defeated it. Another blood moon. And another. And another. Then it was off to actually challenge Skeletron Prime, who I thought would be the scariest because of the troubles I had in the normal mode playthrough. But it was actually all too good. The Daedalus Stormbow Hellfire Arrows combo really does help. Man, Skeletrons are really weak to bows, aren't they? Then, now that I've defeated all of the mech bosses, it was then time to, well, challenge the Tier 2 Eclipse, or at least they could spawn. And out of that, I managed to get a Broken Hero Sword. Well, I didn't get the Eye of Cthulhu, I got that later. That did let me get the True Knight's Edge, as you can see, which was awesome. That's why I saved the Knight's Edge instead of selling it. Then after that, it was off to mine some chlorophyte, get a chlorophyte shot bow, and I also tried getting some turtle shells, but died a few times in the process. I also got a venom staff with all the chlorophyte. But then came the dreaded, treacherous task of building a Plantera arena. And my advice, if you're playing on expert mode and want to build a Plantera arena, do it in pre-hard mode. All the moss hornets and spike slimes and man-eaters and all that, they will not let you build, like, for the life of me. Then it was down in the mines once again for more building and fishing. Then I challenged Plantera. First battle didn't end well. Second battle, not as good. But you may notice that there's a platform there and then there's a ledge. That's because I didn't bother cleaning that out. Then, after dying 3 times, I understood that I needed to. And also, as a matter of fact, by this point, I also upgraded to the Frostpock boots, and I made the Ankh shield. During my farming, a skeleton dropped the armor polish, the last piece. And I also found some some ice skates to make the Frostpock boots. So, there was that. And after another battle, it was ultimately finished. It was time to infiltrate the hard mode dungeon. And as a result, I got the Kraken, the Paladin's Hammer, and the Shadow Beam Staff. And then came another interesting task in that, while I was ready to face the Lizard Temple, I haven't actually found it by that point. So it was off to find it. And found it I did. Then it was off to upgrade for more chlorophyte bullets, or to obtain them, should I say. Then it was off into the temple. I died a few times, it was a mess, but hey, in the end I managed to get to the chamber. And then I challenged the Tier 3 Eclipse. And as an aftermath, I upgraded my True Knight's Edge to Terrorblade, got an Eye of Cthulhu Yo-Yo, and the Toxic Flask. Oh, and also I got a tactical shotgun, so that was cool. That's from the dungeon. So, more fishing, then it was off to challenge Golem. What was an interesting thing that happened is that during the time I was fighting Golem, he actually spawned up there, as you could see. However, I still managed to win. And it was off to do some more fishing. Oh, and I upgraded to the Beetle set, might I add. I did some farming, and I the only notable things are the pixel and the possessed hatchet and the heat ray. Then was off to build the Duke Fishron arena and challenge Duke Fishron. And the first two phases weren't too bad, but the last phase kept screwing me over. Challenged him again, died again. Then I tried to power up by challenging the Martians, and started the Martian Madness. Then came the sources, and this is actually a really interesting thing where if you have a box like this and then use a yo-yo to ultimately damage them, then it will allow you to basically cheese them, which is awesome. And out of that, I only really got an influx waiver and laser machine gun, then farmed some more, and got a Xeno staff and a... what was there that I also got? And a Cosmic Car Key, which is a cool mount. Did some building. Oh, and I also picked up the Staff of the Frost Hydra and Rainbow Gun from the dungeon. Cool support weapons, might I add. But unfortunately, since 1.4 has come out, this was when the series grinded to a halt. And that's it. That's the series. So I hope that you enjoyed this short time-lapse blast to the past kind of thing that will hopefully now finally solidify this series as over, and I can finally move on to bigger and better projects. Also, if you noticed the white foggy noise in the background, I am actually now using a new voice recording technique. I'm now using headphones so that you can hear my voice better, but there is this white foggy noise. But I honestly don't mind that. As long as the fact that you can hear me above the game's music, it ultimately works. Plus, it can move around and be as far away from my tablet as I want, and you won't hear a thing. So yeah, I'm trying a new recording style, and tell me what you think. If you like it, I'll keep it. And if you don't, well, maybe I'll think about changing it back. But anyways, thanks for watching this short time-lapse. Basically, the Terraria series in a nutshell. In the end, if you liked it, then leave a like or dislike. Any criticism is appreciated. Subscribe if you're new to our channel, and we'll see you all next time. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. I'll see you in the new series.